present and you can get wrapped up. I don't deal with pests, man got no fertilizer for them. Go on then run up your mouth yet again, Joe get sent all the way up like Rem. That's right. Nah, that ain't the flexo. I got J's on my feet, they're retro. They can act like they got bars. I got bars in my name like Esco, and I'll slap them off like Crespo. Go dish out the news like Metro, and it's punks know that I don't tech joke. In person they reject smoke. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like Pounds just told them, with the squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen, still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees, you think that it's autumn. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like Pounds just told them, with the squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen, still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees, you think that it's autumn.
All in my eyes, enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view. I only look up, I will not be subdued. Can never submit, position is grip. The mission persists like it's built out of bricks. In the gym I commit, knocking shit out of hit equipment till I lose the feel in my fists. Precision my gift, decisions are swift. At home in the ring, it's like I live in this beat. And I'm undisputed, so undisputed. Yeah. Pound for pound, 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 pound for pound. What feel like the night of the fight? Feels like the fight of my life. Light in my fire, can't even remember.
As expected, not a ticket left, ladies and gentlemen. We are sold out at the Grand Theater. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
Time for our... First up, we have the Sandman from the United States of America. Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
And with that, we turn it over to the world-renowned ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the United States of America, wearing the red trunks with red trim, the Sandman. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Dorado, Puerto Rico, a social media superstar and rising contender known as El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul.
Welcome inside this unique environment, a beautiful theater, ready for a fist fight.
You can't beat a good old-fashioned rivalry. When there's guts, when there's feeling, when there's heart involved, that's when you get a good fight, one-on-one.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Nice punch. Perfect counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. This fight has a real good flow to it. A lot of pre-match drama. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in, fighting at the bit to get it on in this historic venue.
This is that place you want to say, I fought there, I've been there, and now we are here.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Swing and a miss for that jab. Nice counter shot. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. That jab doesn't find a home. Good counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Not getting back up. What are you doing? You've switched off completely. Get your mind too much. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear. You let him back into the fight. And you're much better than that guy. You're much better. Good work. Don't forget the jab. Don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end of what you do. Good work. Good work out there, kid. That jab's looking nice. Smart when you go out there. Just take the round off and win the round on your jab. And bring work. Stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight, kid. Hosted for this entire fight, and now you've let him back in. Now it's going to be a tougher fight. Back into the fight. Don't give him no free shots, yeah? Just keep him away. Go out, and in the first minute, stick him in the end.
On to the second round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Just missed with that hook. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. An upset of the year, perhaps, right before our eyes. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
There's lands a counter shot. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like,
whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. What a massive upset this would be. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least. Hold it right there. What a massive upset this would be. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least. Hold that thought. The corner's got to take a good look at their fighter. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Whoa, wait a minute. What a shot. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Now you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round. You weren't loading up, but you were still letting your power show. Good work. The terrible round that was. Come on. You let him back into the fight. You're much better than that. Good work. Hey, good work at that kick.
Let's get it started in round three. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Threw a punch and just got countered. No rest for the weary. A perfect counter lands. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Punch, counter punch. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want, because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way, and they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close.
Hold on, got to cut you off here, Johnny. Will the referee stop it? Disaster averted.
What recovery?
Whoa, Johnny. And at some point, the corner needs to decide, and down goes Jake Paul. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
A shot from the gods took him out. One, two, three, four.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
And that hook misses. he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. The fighter's vision is paramount, and the referee may stop it here. And the referee's going to allow them to fight. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
Can make or break a fighter.
Don't let him back into the fight. Don't give him no free shots, yeah? What are you doing? I need you to focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose it. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear. Kid, just go back out there and get behind the basics. Get your jab back. Shots, yeah? You were thinking, you were smart. You weren't loading up, but you were still letting your power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab. Don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end of what... Get everything in the bag, and now you let him back into it. You're getting your time in already. That right hand's beautiful. Beautiful. Be smart. Just get your shots off and don't give him anything, all right? Now go back. Great work. Good work out there, kid. That jab's looking. I need to go back out there. I need you to...
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action.
Don't let him back into the fight. Be smart. Get your shots off. Don't give him anything. Go back out there and win this round, all right?
There's the bell to start round 4. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skillful.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. Corner's got the tower. They're going to throw it in. And Jake Paul couldn't handle any more of it. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
You've got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Okay, you let him back into that fight, and that's his round. Either go nice. Goes 1-2 straight down the middle.
And there's the bell for round 5. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got a hustle, man. He's got to bluff him.
The referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. And they're calling it there.
This should have been stopped at the beginning of the round.
Well, Johnny, how do you rate the performance after this stoppage win?
What's next? A TKO makes it so confusing because you think, what would have happened if the fight had carried on? These guys are going to have to do it all over again.
You could not have chosen a better venue for this one. It's the Grand Theater. My name is Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. Up first is the Sandman. Up against them, Jake Paul, the problem child, 6'1" tall, with a reach of 76 inches.
We'll be talking about this fight for years to come. This is one of those classic fights that everybody wants to see.
First up, we have the Sandman from the We welcome you to this beautiful theater where every seat has been sold, but the fans will only need the edge.
If you know you can fight, you don't need a crowd, you don't need anything apart from that opponent in the opposite corner.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. Insane action. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. A lot of pre-match drama. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in, fighting at the bit to get it on in this historic venue.
For a fighter walking into a theater, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym because the people are up close. You can hear people talking ringside. You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are. You can hear the pressure, the expectation.
Careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fight has a real good flow to it. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
Todd, this is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip. Use your footwork. Drive your opponent crazy.
Punch, counter punch. Catch and shoot. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Do you believe this? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bo, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man. Good man.
Just be smart. Just get your shots off and don't give him anything.
Here. Now, I don't want you to load up. Don't be looking for that one shot or anything.
I need you to focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on, you've let him back into this. You're taking this kid.
And there's the bell to start round 2. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react them. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
The hook, but it doesn't score. Swing and a miss with that hook. And he scores with the counter. Which fighter will say no mas? Punch and just got countered. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And he misses with that straight left. Swing and a miss with the jab. Left hook missed. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Looking to land the hook. A big whiff with the right hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
It's a tough fight, and he's going to be confident now. You've got to take that.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. There's 1, 2 straight down.
And then start gathering your pace and win this round back.
There's the bell to start round 3. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
So he's going to drop his arms down here. Not sure that's the wisest decision. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Good counter punching. Unlucky to miss with that jab. That jab doesn't find a home. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The work rate is down. Did you see that? Oh, and they got rocked. What a moment this is. It appears the onslaught is over at least. Whoa, wait a minute. So much for defensive abilities. And now they're right back into the fray.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Couldn't land that jab. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That big hook doesn't land. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. At some point, the corner has to say you're done. And down goes Jake Paul. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
I need to see that again.
Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
Love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath, thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Come on, you're better than that. You've done all that work in camp.
Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense.
You're switching off, and you're starting to make mistakes. I need to go back out there.
Jab. Getting your timing already. The right hand's beautiful. That's it. Start just sticking a few body shots.
Here we go to the fourth round. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. Nice counter shot. With that jab. That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it? And the referee's going to allow him to fight. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Defense is not an option for these two. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won. There's the bell to start round 5. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. Can't score with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. Misses with the straight left. Missing with the hook. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line, but did you see that? Whoa, wait a minute. What a shot. And Jake Paul goes down. And in this replay, you can see it. That body punch folded him like a lawn chair.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
That counter shot lands. And we may see a stoppage here. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face. And he waves it off. That will do it. This fight is over.
I think the referee forgot until all of a sudden, yeah, you know what, I've got to do my job here.
Well, Johnny, complete and total domination, a stoppage victory. How do you rate the performance?
Just like another, like TKO, it's Teddy Pendergrass over. TKO is spot on.